Alright YouTube everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today we've got some more rank play in Diamond. Once again, solo queuing on my journey to the top 250. But this game, things got complicated. We started off very slow, but we managed to make a comeback and we had an absolute insane ending. Make sure you stay tuned to the end. And the main focus on today's video is how to keep composed and how to make a comeback when things aren't going your way. When you're going to be solo queuing, even in a team, things might not go your way. You may start off slow, but it's important to stay composed and get the victory. So I'm going to be showing you all the tips and tricks that I did to make sure we get the win. We're so close to the 1,500 subscriber mark, so if you guys haven't subscribed, make sure you do, because we're almost there. And the more subscribers we get, the more the channel will grow and the more videos we can upload for you guys to enjoy. Okay, starting off on this P1. P1's always scrappy, so I'm not really too worried about the time that they got, but what I am worried about is the rotation. They seem to get the rotation here going into P2, and this is where things can start to change. This is where things can maybe escalate. Starting off, my teammates on the right, so what I'm going to do with an assault rifle is just watch over him. I'm basically going to cover his lanes and see what I can do. Again, we got one down here. My teammates managed to get the other one. Some good shots onto the guy on the roof there, but the guy from the window just absolutely beams me, and they've got a really good setup here. So because I'm playing solo queue, it's almost impossible to break this by myself. I need to coordinate this with my team, but we're in a bit of a blender now. You can see I'm getting absolutely fried across the map. This is just not the start that you want to see when you're playing rank play, but my teammates managed to get in the hill, and just like that, we're starting to get back in the game. So right now, because my two teammates are on the right hand side, what I'm going to do is basically try and lock down the middle lane. I do notice there's an enemy there. I'm going to put a trophy system down just to make sure he can't kill me with any stuns or grenades. And right here, my teammate's going to push him. So as my teammate goes to push him, I'm not going to leave him in the dark there. I'm going to make sure I help him. Got some pre-fires off and we managed to get the kill. Now going into the next rotation, I feel like I'm by myself here. So this is a problem when playing solo queue. It was only me on the rotation with one other player. Unfortunately, my gun did bug out. I did actually realize I have to reload my SMG, so I maybe could have got a kill there. But again, this is very back and forward right now. They did get the rotation, but my team have managed to break it. So what I'm going to do is, again, just try cut out the lane. There's just some poor shots from me. I need to be winning that gunfight. But let's take a look at our team setup and see maybe the strengths of it. So right now I can see that my team is looking very kind of compact on the setup. Now, although it's working in this instinct, right here's a perfect example where maybe one or two players need to push out. Because if we're playing a tight setup, that basically allows more pressure for the opponents to come into us. Where if we push out, it essentially adds another layer of defense. So right there, you can see I pushed out and died, but it wasn't the worst thing in the world. Because I pushed out, it actually allowed for enough time for me to get back to the hill before my opponents even get there. So that's why it's important to make sure you push out. Right there, my team do get broken, and with 20 seconds left, I'm just kind of watching this out. Now, looking back at this, I don't know if this was maybe the best play, because it looks like I'm not going to get into the hill. So it looks like I'm playing for the kill on the rotation, but looking back at it, I definitely should have rotated. Okay, no, this is not bad. I am rotating, but yeah, looking back at it, maybe could have rotated even a few seconds earlier. So this is one of my favorite positions to play in this middle map area. I basically locked down the middle map and the right hand side, but again, my teammates are left in the hill, and this is where things start to get frustrating, because I've left them in the hill. I'm watching the whole middle map and they still die to one door. So this is where you have to stay composed and you have to make sure that you're sticking to your fundamentals, because this is where things can escalate. Luckily, we're still in the game. We're only down by 20 points, but this is a perfect example of a hill that we should have locked down, potentially got the full 64. So we're going to go in, we're going to try breaking it. We managed to get one. I'm just going to use my sound keys. We get the second guy. Now looking at my teammates on the minimap, I can see that there's one enemy behind me. Some good jump right there, but unfortunately my shots were just terrible. Once I got the jump shot, I didn't manage to center onto my opponent. Again, a very scrappy hill, but the reason why I'm annoyed in this situation is because that's a hill that we really could have taken advantage of, and we really should have had more time there. Some good shots over to the second guy, and now right here going into the last hill. And look how terrible this is from our team, me included. Like, all four of us are middle map. There's no reason why we shouldn't be set up in the new hill. Me personally, I wanted to play middle map to cut off the lanes, but the whole team was playing middle map, so straight away I should have adapted and backed off to the hill. And just like that, it looks like we're losing the setup. I've spawned on the other side of the map, my teammates are going down, and again, we're just not holding setups, and this is incredibly frustrating. So if you are playing and you kind of notice that your team is getting breaking a lot, I think you should really look at your kind of setup and the way your team's playing. Maybe you can see something similar in this game here. So you can see right there, we had the rotation, so the rotation wasn't the problem, but the actual setup was terrible. We had no one on the hill, we had everyone middle map. Looking back, it was actually worse than I thought it was in the game. So now we're down by about 50 points, and I'm letting my team kind of go first. I'm watching behind. That guy just got me with some good snakes. You know, sometimes you can't beat them. That was some good snakes out of him. They're actually watching down. They're actually locking down the whole of middle lane. But right here, again, trying to keep composed. I know that the next hardpoint is a big money hill. So if I can set up here, we can definitely get some time here. But down almost 100 points. This is going to be a very, very, very difficult task here. But this is all right. I've locked in. I'm sat in the hill. And we get fried. Robin takes me out. And just like that, they're playing with such aggression. And this is what happens in these higher end lobbies, in the platinums and the diamonds. They don't really give you a lot of the chance to breathe. Sometimes you're kind of setting up and the team will be on you in an instinct. So it's very important to make sure you're set up early. Right there, they do have a trophy system. I get some lucky shots there. Really lucky there because I had an assault rifle. And 9 out of 10 times that guy probably wins the gunfights. Okay, so this is where things change. So as you notice, I'm not particularly doing bad. I'm not doing amazing, but I'm probably got the most kills in the team. But this is where I can feel that they're playing a lot more aggressive than us. So I decided to switch up the weapons. Something I spoke about maybe 2-3 videos ago about finding your role in the game. I think it's very important to switch when things aren't going your way. And maybe switching before it gets too late. But making sure you stick to your fundamentals. For me, that's very important. When I say switch, I don't mean kind of just go crazy and just try things you've never done. I mean maybe switching the role to help your team. So although I wasn't necessarily doing bad with an assault rifle, I think for the team right now, it'll definitely benefit if I can bring out an SMG. And this is what's happening. We're down by 100 points, but not to worry. I've got the... Oh, let's see what can happen. I'm going to die here, aren't I? Yeah, knew it. Looking at... I can't even remember that gunfight. But yeah, that was a long fight. But as I was saying, we're down by 100 points. But something just starts to click here. Something changes. And I don't know if it's because I changed. I mean, it probably was because I feel like everyone else kind of played the same way. But as you can see, so right here, we've got a setup. 40 seconds left, some really good shots set on the right-hand side. Now, looking at the mini-map, it's quite predictable that the enemies are going to come from the right-hand side. Just purely by looking at the mini-map, where the arrows are facing, you get a really good instinct of where the enemies are going to be. And right here, with 25 seconds left, I'm just going to sit here, lock down this time, and just try soaking up as much as I can. Let my teammates kind of go rogue. Because right now, I'm playing for my teammates. I'm not really playing for myself. And what I mean by that is I'm playing to allow them to be the best at their game, if that makes sense. Oh, some really good shots there. So I'm starting to feel myself with the SMG right now. But what I mean is, if they're sitting on the hill, it may be a bit harder for them to kind of get some kills and maybe pop off. So there's no point in me going positive if our team's going to get fried. So right here, I'm taking a route through the left. Some really good centering. We managed to hit fire and take out the second. I mean, with a bit of lag, this is a very tricky push here, but we managed to fight through. And just like that, we're starting to get back in the game. We're starting to see a bit of hope. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go all the way around here. Again, just kind of using predictions, and just from playing a lot of the game, you can kind of see where they're going to spawn. So right here, I'm guessing they're going to spawn on the right side here, right in front of me. I'm guessing they're going to spawn in the right alley. We managed to take out 2. P1 is a very contest heavy hill. So in my head, my thought process right now is if I can keep them off the hill and we maybe get 10 or 15 seconds and we set up for P2, that's the most important thing here. If we can set up for P2, then we might have a chance to win this game. Bit of an overchild there, but I was feeling myself. I was very confident in my gun skill, especially the way I've been playing this map. But again, with 15 seconds left, things are starting to look a lot more positive. And you can see the shift in momentum just from that change. So I'm playing a lot more aggressive and I'm allowing myself to pick up a lot more kills on the cut. We get one, but the second guy is rotating and things might get a bit scary here. This is where we need to make sure we're on rotation. This is such a money hill. And just like that, we actually have the spawns to the hill. So what I'm going to do, instead of kind of funneling my team through the same hill, I'm actually going to go around and watch the middle map. Because there's 3 of my teammates on the left, like surely they can hold down one lane with 3 of them. I mean, saying that again, actually, I'm not too sure. I'm not too confident. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to go round. So I see an enemy behind me, but there's no need to back off it. I'm just going to keep on going, playing with aggression, getting weak, and I'm just going to go around the corner. And right here, what I'm trying to do is I'm just playing my life, because as long as I'm alive here, they can't actually push this lane. And what this does is just again, oh my god, that shouldn't happen at this level. That just shouldn't happen right there. Absolutely fried him. This lag is really annoying me. I mean, don't worry guys, a few weeks I'm moving, I'm going to be absolutely frying everyone. Right now, the lag's just holding me back. The streams will be starting. Sorry, got off topic there. The lag just annoys me. Even watching this back, like, I can just feel the lag. I'm not even playing right now. But right here, we managed to get over 50 seconds on this hill. A really good hill. Basically a perfect setup. And I don't actually think I died once on this hill. I was literally just patrolling the whole middle map and my team were doing their thing on the hill. So if you compare that to maybe the first rotation where I was sitting on the hill, I realized there was a lot of aggression, a lot of pressure on me individually because a lot of players were pushing me. But right here, I feel like I did a really good job to help my teammates sit on the hill and kind of soak up time. We get one here. Just going to go around. Oh, don't tell me we're going to fight the second guy. Okay, so just kind of thinking about that. He was on the hill and then he got off the hill. He didn't come towards me, so I'm guessing he's upstairs. So right here, when I'm going to the hill, I am playing with the information that he's potentially upstairs sitting on the window, which is a very popular spot. But right here, it's a very, very even game. I've got the cruise missile for the next hardpoint, but with 30 seconds left, my teammates do go down. I'm just going to try helping my last teammate left. I tried cutting off the lanes. We managed to get one weak, and just like that, with 20 seconds left, they do take the advantage here. They do have the heal, and things may go from bad to worse. But this is okay. We get one kill. We're going to back off it and play the rotation. It's just a very, very mixed game right now. I actually don't remember if we win, to be completely honest. I just remember it was a crazy comeback, and we managed to keep it competitive. But let's see what happens. So right here, once again, I'm watching the mid lane. One of my favorite positions to sit at. Normally, I do prefer using an assault rifle here, but I'm just going to watch the mid and watch the right. So the reason why I turned... Oh, that's actually some poor timing. That is really unfortunate. I maybe should have held the mid. That is definitely a high risk, high reward kind of setup there, because I am technically watching 2 lanes. So maybe doing a bit too much there, but I've got the cruise missile. And looking back at this, we might actually lose this. This looks too close for comfort right now. Can we get the cruise in? Oh my god, that is a beautiful cruise missile. And we get the 3-piece. Oh, I'm just turning up now. I'm so glad there wasn't a trophy system there. I really thought there was going to be a trophy there. Okay, we get one. We're going to go round. We're feeding ourselves. We get the pre-fire off. This is beautiful right here. So what I did right there, this is actually amazing play. Well, oh my god, this is really good. So I get one. Instead of going for the challenge, I back off and sit on the head glitch. I wasn't too eager for the kill. Just thinking about it, they have to push me right now. So I'm just going to snake and watch on the whole of the middle map. This is excellent play. Probably my best play of the whole map right now. We get one. Oh my god, do we get a second? Yo, give me the second. Really good performance. I'm actually really happy with that, and we managed to get the victory. I know I'm gassed because I unmuted it. I always do that when I play good. I always unmute it to see if they'll give me any credit, but most of the time they don't. But that's alright. Look at that. The snakes are in, moving like MC on the map. What a performance, and we managed to get the victory. Hope you guys did enjoy the video. If you did, make sure to drop a like. 33 to 19. I think that deserves a subscribe. Catch you guys on the next one.